Mr. Danielson will be filming us today. So thank you for being here, Bruce.
Just wanted to make a few comments since Ann didn't allow me to make some comments on what was said here today. One of the biggest things that came from this meeting today is message, and how the party is lacking that message, a solid message. I just want to comment on a few things that were brought up during the meeting about Jason Dilges. I will say this, he was probably pretty much let go because of personnel reasons, not because of financial reasons. I expect that, well, I can't say what those reasons are. I will say that there probably will be a civil lawsuit in that matter. Mr. Swanhorst brought up a great point about pre-K education, and it goes to appealing to the independents and to the Republicans. He said that we should have pre-K education because the rest of the country hasn't. Well, we know how the conservatives feel about education. They don't like it. But you can sell pre-K education to the conservatives by saying all the money you're going to save on daycare because you're instead of spending this money on daycare, your kid's going to be in pre-K education, and you'll save a lot of money on daycare, and that would appeal to conservatives. But I do want to say the one thing that is really hurting the party is the appealing to the special interests. Don't get me wrong, abortion rights, gay rights, education, those are all important things. But the conservatives don't care about those things. And when we're constantly messaging on the things they don't care about, and in fact really hate, it's wrong. We should appeal to all the voters in the state. And what are those things? I can think of a million things. Jobs, worker rights, corruption, ethics, agriculture, economy. These are things that all voters care about. These are the things where the message should be coming from and what the Dems should wrap their message around. And another thing I think the party should work on is having postal accounts throughout the state, and so that all the Democrat candidates that are running can use one postal account and don't have to worry about postage, and they can form their own message. A second thing is you should always get a second opinion on your mailer. The party can help you to start out, and you should always go to a direct mailer and get a second opinion about the list and stuff like that. But you also another thing, I think, is that we need to start registering more Democrats in the state, and that should start in Sioux Falls and work out from there. But the one thing, besides the message, this is very important. The message is important, and it's got to be solid. But the last thing I'm going to say is, when you are campaigning, you can't depend on a one-legged stool. And I hate to sound like the mayor here, but you got to have at least a three-legged stool. And what is that? Well, I'll pick three things. Your mail, your calling or robocalling, and your door knocking all need to happen at the same time. And you need to work on this three-stool message. With the same message. And you need to hammer that. You can't do just mailing or just robocalls or just door knocking. You got to come at it at all sides. And so when I saw this past election, yes, Trump did hurt people, but I hear a lot of people that are really pissed off about him, and a lot of people that should be getting involved. And I really think the Democratic Party right now in South Dakota should be hammering on those people right now while it's fresh in their minds. Otherwise, we're going to lose them in a few months. That's all.
Y'all come back now. Here.
Security, escort this gentleman out, please.
Come on, Soda Pop, let's go.